grenadier Marcos Díaz of the Dominican Republic.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. First of all, you have to excuse my English. It's not as good as everybody before me, but I'll do my best. Good morning, everybody. And I cannot explain with words how honored I am, how excited I am to be awarded here today in this prestigious event. I have no words. This is a very special city for me, for my sports career, because it was right in front of this building where we delivered over 250,000 names that claim for world leaders to meet their agreement that they signed 10 years ago in the next 5 years. It was here in New York, after swimming the Bering Strait, we received a letter from Ban Ki-moon. He said he was going to receive me. So I learned that we have to take advantage of all the opportunities. I said the best way to promote our sport is to arrive to UN swimming. So that is why we asked if we could stay out, wait for me in the shores. So I couldn't climb this building from this side of the river, so we decided to do it in front of the building where it says Long Island right in front of here. So this is a special city because also it was here in 1998 when I was here in a visit. I was already a swimmer, open water swimmer, but it was in 1998 that I realized that for the first time I heard about marathon swimming. So I came back home and I say, who should I call to help me do this marathon swimming for the first time? I didn't know that anybody could swim 26 miles around the island. So I found my coach, who's been my coach since I was 6 years old, Augusto Garcia, right here. And I said, Augusto, we have to try this. And immediately he said, okay, we have to do an experiment. Let's try it in a pool, and then we go outside. So our first experiment was to swim 50K in a pool, a 25-meter pool. And I learned from him, and that we have to take advantage of opportunity that brings attention of the people. That first experiment for us, we used it to raise money for our national team, pool team, struggling to go to the Central American Games, for Central American Games back in 1999. So we learned that we could use open water swimming to get the attention, and we could use that attention to do social work, to do something good. So that was when we started our sports career that gave us the opportunity to go compete around the world. And I believe the best experiences and the most learning experiences we learned by meeting people in all of those places we had the chance to compete, to race. I met Nora Toledano in the Channel in Dover. I met Ann Cleveland in training for the Channel in San Diego. Carol Singh, El Señor Delgado, I met him swimming in Santa Fe Coronda in Argentina in the Grand Prix in 2007. And once we created a project here in Manhattan, doing 2 full laps around Manhattan. Manhattan is called the second largest city of the Dominican Republic. Really. You pass 160th Street and you don't need to speak English. Okay. In Santo Domingo, our capital, we have the first capital, and then it is here that we have more than 1 million Dominicans living in Manhattan. So we created a double lap around Manhattan to raise money for a program of kids with cancer, and by that time we were the vehicle of people from the community here to have the budget for a 1 year, full year program of medicine for this program in Santo Domingo for poor kids struggling with the medicine for cancer. I remember that I thank God we swam in, I think it was 10 days before Skip did the triple, so we were lucky. 10 days afterwards, Skip did the three times around Manhattan, so I said, oh, good timing. And also a nice anecdote, I don't know, a nice story was that we couldn't choose the place to start and finish. The community wanted us to finish the swim in Washington Heights, around 200th Street and Hudson. And all the experts Morty Berger and everybody said, no, you either start in the east side, Midtown, or you start in the North Cove as the race. And we said, well, we cannot do that because there are going to be a lot of Dominicans waiting for us. And so we had to struggle with the currents very bad. One time I remember I was swimming and all of the Dominicans were running with flags next to the highway, and one of a sudden everybody was sitting in chairs and I was still swimming, and I'm okay, there's something wrong, nobody's moving and I'm swimming. And every time I would take a feeding, people would move their chairs behind until the tide would come and help us again. So we spent 22 hours in the water because of that. And at that time we realized that we had to do something bigger. And bigger didn't mean swimming more hours. Bigger meant having more impact, positive impact in more people. So we had years looking at maps and we realized it was possible to swim. With 4 open water swims, you connect the 5 continents. So once I was invited by the UN and I heard about the Millennium Development Goals, I phoned my coach and said, okay, we have the reason why we can swim for everybody. And the Millennium Development Goals are 8, and it's supposed to be achieved in 2015. And not many people know about what that means. And we did this project because we understood that the empowerment is what's going to make the people either request to their governments or make individual actions to help their nations reach those 8 Millennium Development Goals. So I am very honored to be here. And I congratulate all the inductees and everybody who has had the Hall of Fame today. And to finish, I have to say that swimming has been labeled as a very individual sport for years. They say we don't have a bench as basketball players does to change a player when they're tired, or like baseball, they have changed the pitcher. But I believe, as I believe everybody here also do, that open water swimming is a team sport. So when I heard that I was going to be awarded today, I couldn't come here without the presence of my coach. I want you all to meet him, Augusto. And we've been together since I am 6. Today we are very good friends. And as everybody knows, our supporters, our team is part of our success. So thank you very much. Thank you, Steven, and thank you for all the organizers for awarding us. Our country says thank you.